Hey guys, I'm Matt.
And I'm Raymond.
Thanks for coming back to Stogies and Broskies. Today, we're going to do something a little different. Fucking crazy. Let's get it rolling. Hey guys, again, welcome back to Stogies and Broskies. So today, we're going to get a little crazy with Deadwood Sisters Crazy Alice. I've heard a lot of good things about the Deadwood Sisters brand, so much so that my wife and Ray's wife won't put them down. Absolutely love them. So we figured today we'd give it a shot. Also, what are we drinking today, man?
Today we are pairing it with a Burton James unique American whiskey. This is the Fireman. It's a blended whiskey with two different bourbons, a rye and a light. It's aged about 7 years on the low end. Some of the different whiskeys were aged about 8.
Very cool.
But they blend all these together and make this fine whiskey for us.
So absolutely, if you take a look at the bottle and how it's almost gone, I drink this on almost a nightly basis. It's so good. It's fairly inexpensive. This is one of those things I come home from a long day at work, just like to sit down and pour me a glass and have it with dinner, have it with a cigar, hang out, just kind of relax and enjoy it. So I want to share this with Ray here. Go ahead and get that in the glass there. So the Deadwood Sisters, they're made by Drew Estate. I have not had a bad cigar from the Drew Estate brand. I absolutely love them. So with the Deadwood Sisters, there's a line of them, and we'll probably end up going through all of them. Crazy Alice is one of my wife's very first cigars that I bought her for her. She would always take drags off of mine while I was busy doing something. I asked her to hold it, and she'd take hits off of it. But we ended up going to Match Cigar Bar right across the river in Indiana, and we were going through, and she's like, I don't know what I want. What do I want? And so I was like, man, I don't know. So we talked to the guy behind the counter, and I said, hey, we got a new smoker. What do you suggest? And so he took us to the Deadwood Sisters brand and said, these are just flying off the shelves. Maybe she might like one of these. Said that they're flavored, they're on the sweeter side, so it makes that transition into smoking cigars a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So she ended up picking up a Crazy Alice, and she absolutely loved it. So from that, we got Danny into the smoking.
Yep.
And she absolutely loves the Deadwood Sisters as well.
Cool thing was with the Crazy Alice is also a smaller cigar, so it's not as intimidating whenever they start off. But then they still got that mellow, sweet flavor to it as well to help. But then there's also some of that earthiness flavor that's kind of warming them into actually getting into some of the more different, how do I put it? Just different sides of cigars.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't just keep you on the sweets.
Yeah, so it is a Maduro. So I do understand, and I do get those kind of more stronger flavors there on the back. It's not... I would say it's nowhere near of important strength. It's not going to drive you away from it. Right? The sweetness overpowers by far. So it's very subtle.
A lot of it's the taste.
Yep. Subtle taste there. But what I've got to say is a mixture of the sweet and the flavor of the Maduro, but it has a very aromatic, like pipe tobacco essence of it. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely find it very interesting. Me personally, not something that I would regularly smoke or really go to because I do enjoy the Maduros. I do enjoy those strong, bold flavors. But I can understand, and I've suggested the Deadwood Sisters brand in general to numerous starting smokers just because I've ran into so many guys and gals who absolutely love these cigars just getting started, right? Well, even the seasoned veteran smokers absolutely love this brand. And so with hearing these guys and gals talk about them, how could you not recommend them to a brand new smoker, right?
Yeah, I mean, if so many people are liking them and they're going as fast as they are, there's got to be something about it. And then once you actually smoke one and you realize that there's a lot to the cigar that you don't really imagine whenever you're looking at it, thinking about, okay, it's Deadwood Sisters, it's a sweeter cigar, whatever. It's got a lot more complex sides to it that is allowing more people to enjoy it than just the sweet cigar people, or
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely complexity behind there. If you take a moment and just really take a look at it from the inside out.
Yep.
So the Burton James whiskey, man. Let's take a smell of it, man. What do you think on it? I almost drank the whole bottle. So
yeah, it's got you. I think we're getting a lot of that sweeter notes from the bourbon sides of it, because bourbons are going to have that sweeter hint to it. And this is for 106 proof.
Yeah, it's almost 107 proof. I think it's a 106.9. I think
106.4.
106.4. Okay,
still, but
106.5.
It's really light on the nose.
Yep.
So I'm really interested to see
There's not a whole lot of ethanol burn there on the nose.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, cheers.
Oh.
106 proof, 106.5.
I'm not gonna say it's the smoothest, as in like you still get that heat.
There's definitely
you still get that heat.
Yep.
But for 106 proof, I've had a lot in that range that hit so much harder. Harsher is the way to put it. That for 106 proof, it goes down real easy, and that flavor of the blend of the bourbons and that rye in there, that's good.
So what's even better is it's 106.5 proof, and it's sub $80 bottle.
Oh, wow!
That's why I'm not against draining it. Like I keep one on the shelf. Like he's seen it go through multiple stages.
Yeah,
he's seen multiple bottles, like one after another. I keep it on the shelf. It's an absolute favorite of mine. So yeah, 106.5 proof. It goes down sweet on the tip. It's got the Kentucky hug in the back. Just that way you know you're drinking bourbon.
You take a sip of that, then take a nice deep breath.
It
gives you that real. It brings out that sweetness to it.
Absolutely.
I feel like this would be really good over ice. I don't know.
Yeah. I drink it both neat and on rocks. Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of it has to do with the temperature outside. If it's really hot outside, I don't care what it is. I like if it's hot outside, I prefer it over ice.
Yeah.
Just because I'm hot, I want to cool down. I want to enjoy a glass of bourbon. So whether I enjoy it neat, I'll still put it over ice just to kind of give me that cool, refreshing hit of cool.
So here's a question.
Yep.
A big controversy when it comes to drinking over ice or on the rocks versus neat is a lot of it is the fact that when you drink on the rocks, it waters it down.
Sure.
Okay. What is your opinion on the actual stones that people use?
So,
because it'll cool it down, but it doesn't water it down.
From my experience, and strictly my experience, I have had a set of the ice stones. Not a fan.
No?
I did, and it could have been the quality of the stone that I got, but it did not cool the beverage down. I feel like they didn't transfer the temperature well enough.
Okay.
What I prefer more so over the stones is the solid ball ice that you can get. I feel like it
doesn't melt as fast.
Yeah, it doesn't melt as fast, so it doesn't dilute nearly as quick. So you still get that coolness of the beverage without the extreme dilution that you would get from, like, say, crushed ice or cubed ice or something, where you've got more surface area.
So more of the craft, larger chunk ice.
Yep.
It makes a lot of sense. It's not going to water quite as down, but it still cools it down enough. Right.
Now, I know that we've talked about getting some of the ice stones to try here on the channel. And I'm not against trying at all. But so far what I found is I prefer that craft ice. I feel like it does a great job, and it doesn't overly dilute.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of like whenever you get like a cocktail and it's like shaken, it kind of breaks that ice up more, so it kind of waters it down more.
Well, that's also when they do those cocktails, they double strain it because you get the chunks, the bigger chunks and the itty bitty chunks. They try to double strain that to keep those chunks out of the cocktail.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Have you tried the stones?
I have not tried the stones.
Okay.
I've tried different varieties of different ices and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do like a larger chunk of ice. I haven't been fortunate enough to always have the balled ice. Luckily now we have a fridge that makes it for us, which is really nice. It's kind of convenient. But if we got ice from like the store, like a bag of ice, I would just get the one big. I'd look for the biggest chunk of it, to pop in there, and I feel like it sits well. It sits better than just the like. I don't want it like super like crushed because then I feel like it melts too fast, and then I feel like I'm just drinking water at that point.
I understand.
So,
I understand. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, we are well underway with this channel. We want to say thank you. We appreciate all the engagement, all the likes, the shares, the positive support. It really means a lot to us. For us, this was just a whim idea, just a on the spot project that we were like, you know what, we could really have some fun with. And I feel like off of our 5 videos that we have posted to date, we have grown a lot.
The interaction we've had with people, the friendships we've made.
Absolutely.
I think that's a big part of it. Is it's really brought us closer with other people, and I feel like it's just begun.
Right.
So it's crazy how much farther this can actually go.
The community itself is amazing, and I feel like us taking a step into this project has just increased and opened us up to that community. And so absolutely, again, we want to just say that we appreciate everything that you guys do for us. Whether it's the handshakes that I get from people, or the, hey man, come over, let's have a pour.
Yeah.
You know, to me, building that experience and those relationships mean more to me than I can even say. So again, thank you so much.
And we're not doing this, like, looking at this as we're not influencers.
Right. No.
We're not trying to, create a fan base. We're trying to create a family.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're building. And I think it's really taken off and it's really doing well.
I agree.
So,
but again, also with that, we definitely hear you. We know that you guys want Stogies and Broskies stuff, and we are tirelessly working on that. We don't come from the background that's used to production or merch design. And so you have to bear with us. We are working on it. I know that some of our guys want some hats and some apparel, some shirts. We've got a lot of people who are interested in this little notebook right here. And for us, this is our cigar journal. If you missed, I think the very first episode that we did. So we are trying to figure out how to produce these specifically. This was just a journal that I bought at a big box store. I had it laser engraved. We would like to produce legitimate cigar journals for you all, so that way you can track your experience.
And we want the pages to have spots to put your bands, take your notes, to identify your flavor profiles, and write down the experience you had during the time you had that cigar. And
to maybe possibly have a little Polaroid spot in there as well, so that way you can also, like on here, if you can see, enjoy your Polaroid picture of the moment if you have that opportunity and or that Polaroid camera, because hey, retro's coming back and I feel really great about it. It makes me feel young again. So we are working on it. I do promise you that. If any of you all have experience in producing merch, please reach out. We would love to pick your brain and maybe get some insight on how to go about this.
Definitely.
Other than that, Raymond, we have one more thing to do.
I think that's add this to the infinity bottle.
If you're new here, we have this 2024 decanter. It is our infinity bottle. And every episode that we've done, we have poured a shot of the bottle that we've tried into this decanter. With that being said, at the end of the year, we will be finished with it to start next year off with a fresh pour of the infinity bottle. We will review it. We'll talk about it right here. And maybe possibly if a couple of you lucky folks have an opportunity to be close to us, you can try it with us. So we look at that. That's a great caramel color.
It's starting to come together, man.
It really is. Like, share, follow, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Clapper, and then very, very soon we've got a brand new platform that we will be kicking off and launching with the owners, hopefully very, very soon.
And we'll tell you guys more about that when the time comes. But don't forget the comments. Let us know. Have you tried the Burton James Fireman? Have you tried the Crazy Alice or any of the Deadwood Sisters cigars? Give us some recommendations on what cigars you want to see soon and what bourbons or whiskeys you want us to possibly add into our decanter. The holidays are coming soon, and so that's going to be a big kick on the different cigars that get released, or the different types of cigars people will smoke, or the different drinks that people will be drinking. So let's build this up. Let's try to figure out what we want to do and get some more recommendations for you guys, because I really want to get your guys' input on this stuff.
Absolutely, and we really do encourage interaction. Interaction. We are on there. We do see the comments. We do respond. It is literally me and Ray commenting, responding. We don't have people to really manage our social media. The wives watch it and they let us know when you guys comment or send messages, and then we go through and we actually personally respond, and we want to continue to do that because I feel like that's what really brings us to build that family and that community. So I want you guys to interact with us. It really helps motivate us to keep doing what we're doing, because like I said, this is just for fun. We don't get anything out of it other than just the enjoyment of having conversation and building relationships outside of this. So we want to encourage that the continuation of building this family. So ladies, gentlemen, again, until next time, cheers.